Recently, we have witnessed a push from the Indian government towards the development and adoption of indigenous software and technology within India. This move may act as a morale boost for Indian developers. But the question now is, do Indian apps stand a chance against the industry giants? Will users move away from global apps in large numbers in favor of homegrown tools? Well, let's take a look. India's push to promote indigenous software applications and technology comes at a time when protectionism is on the rise globally. This may also help the government reduce dependence on foreign communication platforms in the interests of national security. This aligns with the broader Digital India and Atmanirbhar Bharat initiatives, which seek to spur local talent and innovation within the country. Indigenous software also allows for better customization to local needs and languages, while ensuring regulatory compliance and user experience. Moreover, it strengthens data sovereignty, ensuring that sensitive information remains within national borders and is governed by domestic laws. To give us a little more idea of what is happening on ground, we have with us Sindhu Hariharan, Chief of Bureau, Businessline, Chennai. Welcome, Sindhu. It's good to have you with us. Sindhu, what's your take on this initiative by the Indian government?
So, Renil, as a result of all the geopolitical tensions today, countries across the world are now thinking, how can they be sovereign when it comes to critical technologies? So, I see India's move to look for Swadeshi alternatives in line with this. So, we recently saw how a global tech giant just cut off access to an Indian company that had transactions with Russia. So India's push is essentially meant to protect its companies and its citizens from such actions. But India by nature is not very confrontational. So I think the government will take a stance of supporting and nurturing local homegrown products, but at the same time not really banning the global alternatives. Both the products will coexist initially, but then at some point, Indian solutions will start gaining ground and we may see some sort of controls being set up to make it a level playing field. That's my sense.
Now, if there is a mass migration to Indian apps, do Indian companies have the infrastructure to handle it?
I would say yes, because some Indian companies such as Zoho or MapMyIndia have been around for many years now, and they already have a good tech infrastructure to handle the increased usage. Plus, these companies are also telling us that their key priority now is to scale up the infrastructure and the customer support services to meet the rising demand for their solutions. So Zoho, if you see, has already been powering the Indian government agencies' email systems for a few years now. So I would say that they are quite well prepared for an increased usage.
How competitive are the indigenous apps against the established global giants?
So I would say there is no one single answer for this. How competitive the Indian technologies are will vary from sector to sector. For instance, when it comes to business software or social networking apps, they're quite competitive when it comes to the features, but lack the user network and years of head start that the Western solutions have. But when you take something like, say, defense, our Desi tech has proved to be top-notch, as was seen in the latest Operation Sindoor also. So there is no one blanket view around the competitiveness of Indian products.
My final question to you, Sindhu, is that as India now plans to become self-reliant in communication and the defense sector, what about other sectors? Do you see the push from the government there as well? If so, where?
So that's right. What we hear from sources is that work is on to discover and support Indian companies that have made some headway in building critical pieces of technologies. It's not just to support private sector, but the government is also looking at handholding our academic institutions and research wings. The idea here is to develop and highlight India's own solutions across various categories like operating systems, social media platforms, email systems, mapping technologies, cybersecurity solutions, app stores, and many others. So as a senior government official actually involved in this movement told me, it's not easy, but it's got to be done.
Thank you, Sindhu, for your valuable insights. Promoting local tech startups and developers nurtures entrepreneurship. It also positions India as a global technology hub, capable of exporting solutions tailored for the emerging markets. Focusing on indigenous technology need not reward only innovation, It's also about building a resilient and secure digital future. Stay tuned to the Hindu Business Line for more updates on this ever-changing plane of tech. Thank you.